Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so sweating like crazy because I just got through doing a lot in terms of working out, fitness, and all that good stuff. Waiting for my meal as always, so I figured I'd turn on the camera and debunk a false rumor. It's been said that the reason why Steve Nash and Kyrie Irving got into it was because Kyrie Irving said at some event or some type of situation where there was uh, an opportunity for them to speak. I don't know if it was a main event where everybody could like witness this, or if this was a one-on-one conversation. I don't know the context of what this lie was supposed to be about, but all in all, it was said that Kyrie Irving told Steve Nash that he needed to give his two MVPs back to Kobe Bryant because he didn't deserve them, or some variation of that. It's not true, man. This is what I was talking about. Maybe about a month ago, I told you guys that we got to be very careful about these parody accounts that get you guys and get myself as well. I'm not exempt to that by any means at all. But we gotta be careful to keep an eye on, who is, releasing these statements. Um, they have a really funny one called Ball Sack Sports, where they just hit below the belt every time they get a chance, sometimes in dangerous ways. But you got to look for those guys. You got to look for the name on the bottom of the meme or whatever it is, because something like this could get out and create more of a problem than necessary, especially since it isn't true. Um, you know what I mean? So that's one of those situations where I just figured it would be a good idea if I get on here and just say, hey, everybody, anybody who sees that, yeah, it's not true. I got that from a pretty reliable source that said that he knows for a fact that rumor came from a parody account. So I'm going to go with that and agree, because it just didn't seem like something that, I don't know. Who knows who would be willing to say what, you know what I mean, in the heat of a conversation, especially if it's heated. I could see in an argument someone might say something like that, but just to be rude to somebody, I can't envision that anyway. I didn't think that should really be taken seriously anyway. But it's going around because I think people are eager to see the Nets trade Kyrie Irving to the Lakers, including myself. But what we don't want to do is spread false rumors in hopes that we can kind of force their hand. That's not the way you want to do things. That's not the way you want to start off his tenure as a Laker. The bottom line is, if we're able to get the deal done, we'll do it. And if we're not able to get the deal done, then that means Brooklyn that's paid him. That's only two ways I see about this. Or trading him to a third team, for which they would have to negotiate some type of long-term deal that he would be happy with, or they're going to lose him too. So it's one of those situations where it's like, as long as we keep our eye on the ball, we shouldn't be too concerned. At the end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets either got to pay them or trade them. And I don't see them paying them. So where is he going? Here. The end. Nothing else to say about it. As far as everything else, noise. So as far as I can tell, everything else is noise. So I just want to encourage everybody to pay very close attention to false rumors and, fake outs and stuff that's going to be said, trying to get you to believe otherwise, But I believe everybody's going back to the drawing board. I do believe it's a good chance they start the season there. But at the end of the day, it's either pay him or trade him. It doesn't take much to see that. Anybody who's looking at what's going on clearly sees that. He has an expiring contract, so ain't no two ways about it. And if you see it as clearly as I do, then you're about as calm as I am. So that's about it in regards to that situation. And as far as this, look, since we're talking about it, I don't feel like I've done enough homework, to be completely honest with you, to tell you guys that I know for a fact that Steve Nash did or did not deserve his MVPs that season. Okay? But judging from what I saw in my heart, I felt like Kobe Bryant deserved both of those. And I'm telling you guys that because that's how I feel. I don't have any doubt that Kyrie Irving did not say that to Steve Nash. But I'm going to tell you guys that I believe that Kobe Bryant deserved more than one MVP. And there were several people, including Steve Nash, who were able to effectively win MVPs in the years that I feel Kobe Bryant was deserving, and Steve Nash is not the only one. He's just not. So I think Kobe Bryant, you could argue Kobe Bryant should probably have about 4 MVPs, to be honest with you. And that's just from my heart judging the situation. It might actually be even higher than that, to be honest with you. But I'm going to say 4. And he only got 1. So, there's something to be said for politics in these MVP conversations, as we know. There's something to be said for winning teams, right? Teams that were doing well. So guys got the MVP because that was that is the idea. But to be honest with you, if you look at Kobe's numbers, you can definitely make a very strong argument that no one should have gotten MVP but him during the stretch where he was going off the most. And that went on for a span of a very, very long time. So, I think at the end of the day, you remember that Kobe Bryant was playing with Shaq for a good portion of the time. You remember that Kobe Bryant had some teams that were not very good surrounding him for a good portion of the time. And he did a lot of his damage on those teams. So he didn't have MVP considerations because of it. And we understand that. The years that I feel like he could have won MVP, some of those years we didn't get out of the second round. So, it is what it is. But to have had him walk away with only 1 MVP, and we see people like Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Steve Nash, they all got multiple MVPs. I just don't understand how Kobe Bryant didn't get more than 1. And I think most of those people would agree. Those guys who hold those trophies, I ain't saying they're going to give him theirs, but I think all of them would agree that something went wrong in between 1996 and 2000, whatever it was, 2015, 16, I'm thinking it's 16, to where Kobe Bryant only walked away with 1 MVP. And he somehow walked away with 5 NBA championship rings. I don't understand that. So if you're rewarding winning, where's his hardware? You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand it. And I'm not going to try to understand it. So, I'm not taking nothing away from Steve Nash necessarily, but I do remember one of those specific years feeling horrible, like literally horrible, sick to my stomach, seeing that he had won MVP. And I was paying attention to his numbers. His numbers were crazy. But I also understood, even though I didn't have the basketball IQ that I'm learning to have now, of course, but at the time I understood that the system itself allowed for Steve Nash to be the focal point of a 7 seconds or less offense that didn't play any defense whatsoever. All they did was run. All they did was get the ball to Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire. Like those guys scored the ball with so much ease. Leandro Barbosa, and he was the orchestrator of the whole situation. We have learned since to give Mike D'Antoni more credit, because clearly we've seen what he did also with James Harden, of whom also won MVPs and got dang close to about 4 of them himself. He was a runner-up a lot of times in Mike D'Antoni's system. One could argue that James Harden should have more than 1 based on that same criteria. So there's a lot of questionable stuff there. And look, the Phoenix Suns were a nice team. They didn't win any championships. They won nothing. In the years that Steve Nash was winning them MVPs, they didn't win. And I know it's a regular season award. I get that. But throughout the regular season, do we take into account style of play? When we're considering what happened there? When he was putting up 30 and 18, you do understand that they didn't even run plays at all. They were just launching. You put Kobe in that system. Do you have any idea how much he would do? How many points he would average in that Phoenix system? Come on, man. I just don't think certain things are taken into account because of the politics of the moment. And it still bothers me to the second. So no, I don't come here telling you Kyrie said that. He didn't. I did. But I didn't say it in that form. I'm just simply saying those years, I felt like Kobe should have won it both of those years. BDF 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.